Finding yourself in today's world has never been as hard as it is now. We're bombarded by social media, we're bombarded by Instagram, we're bombarded by TikTok. Our attention spans have gone to shit. Our lives are being ruined by social media. The internet, with all its connectivity, with all its modern capabilities, has ruined our lives, and we have lost ourselves in the sea of internet. The sea of internet, the sea of random people. We're just in a random anomaly. We're just a random NPC walking the earth, connected with with other NPCs, finding our main character arc. But this is the most difficult part, finding yourself in the world of today. This will be the most difficult task you ever take on. This will be the challenge that will come to define you and your life. Finding yourself starts with finding your past, looking at your past, reviewing your past. Past is what defines you. The past is what you can remember and hold on to, cling on to. When you're sad, when you're happy, you reflect back and you see your past. But I want you to reflect back and see your past in a more analytic view. See your past in a more analytic view, review it, analyze it in a more logical sense and not emotions. Because what happens is we look at our past through our emotions. When we feel happy, when we feel sad, we go to our past and dig up memories that make us feel the same. The worst part about growing up and finding ourselves is that we were the most happiest when we were kids. We were the most happiest when we were kids. We did not have a single care in the world. We were exploring the world. We were curious. We were learning new things, new languages, new stuff, going to school, making new friends, new everything. Everything was new. Life was amazing when we were kids. And when we were kids, we have to go back to that same baseline. When we were kids, we were the happiest. No amount of money, no amount of power will come close to being young again. And I'm pretty sure all billionaires, all old billionaires, all old millionaires will trade every money they have to be young again. Not just young like in your 20s, but young when you are like 6 to 7 years old, and hold on to the memories, because most of us forget our young memories. I don't remember most of the things I did when I was 6 years old, only the good times, the bad times, and certain memories. But what if we could hold on to all our memories when we were 6 years old? Wouldn't you want to go back and live your life as a young child, experiencing new things, and hold on to new memories and remember them as they were the greatest thing you've ever experienced? Your values and beliefs have been shaped by the past. The past is more important than the future. Yes, the future is going to happen, but it's uncertain. The past has happened, and it's tangible proof that what we are made of, what we believe in, what our values, the past tells us that, and our future self can learn from our past and make new values, new beliefs, and new belief systems that will make him great. Our future selves will look to this present time and look back and see that our past is what came to define us ultimately. To find what truly matters to you, you have to look in your past. The past is the tangible proof you have to see what you're made up of, what you actually believe in, and what you will eventually end up believing in. To find yourself, you have to find what matters to you, and that starts with looking at your past. Look at your future, look at your past, review the past, analyze it, as I said, to a logical mind, not to emotions. Because when we are flooded with emotions, we don't see the logical aspect of the situation. We don't realize how real the situation is, what's actually happening, because we're clouded by our emotions. We're judging things by our emotions, and we fail to see the reality of the situation. The truth hides behind a shadow of emotions and obscurity. The truth doesn't come out until you look at it logically and analytically and see where you've gone wrong, what mistakes you have made, and what really matters to you. That's what is the most important part of life. What really matters to you? What do you actually believe in? What do you want to voice your opinion on? What do you stand for? And that only happens when you review the past and see who you are, what you're made up of, and where you're going to go, and what you will do in the future. The second step to finding yourself is journaling and meditation. Journaling. Let's start with journaling. Journaling will be the most important aspect that will come to define your life. Once you write down your thoughts and emotions on a piece of paper, you will realize how powerful your emotion thoughts are and how they influence your worldly actions. Because I'm a big believer in your thoughts becoming into your action. Whatever you think, even if it's negative or positive, will come to define who you are. Your thoughts are the most important thing you have. In the present moment, you have nothing else. You have just time and your thoughts. No friends, no families will be as valuable than your own thoughts, because we're selfish creatures. The human nature is being selfish, and our thoughts are the most important thing to us. And what we think becomes what we believe in. So review your thoughts and write them down in a journal. I journal every day. I write a paragraph every day about what I was thinking during the day, what happened, what were the bad things, what were the good things, what were the highlights. Just highlight your day and write it down in one paragraph in the journal, and review it every day and study where you were going wrong, what were the negative thoughts you were having, what were the difficulties you were facing in your life, and how you overcame it. Because most of the times we don't remember. Our lives are so long, we don't remember every single moment. So if you were able to write it down and journal it and archive it, we'll be able to see where we went wrong, review, analyze, and make ourselves a better person for tomorrow. The next thing is practicing mindfulness and meditation. When you meditate, you let your thoughts come in, and this is directly connected to journaling. Once you meditate, you let your thoughts come in one by one, you analyze them on the spot, and then you write it down. You should go put journaling and meditation hand in hand. Start meditating, start reviewing your thoughts, and write down the most important thoughts you have, or most important ideas you come across. Write them down, because those are the things that will come to define you. Even if you don't believe in the process of thoughts becoming into action, your thoughts will eventually become into action. Imagine in time where you wanted something so bad and you eventually got it. Why did that happen? Because you believed in it. Your thoughts were believing in that eventually happening. That's why it actually happened, because your thoughts were put into action. Thoughts ultimately always become actions. Your thoughts are the most important thing you have. I believe in that, and I believe in bettering ourselves for the future by reviewing our thoughts, writing it down in a journal, and reviewing our mistakes, where we went wrong, how our thought process can be improved, how we can become a better person. We're creatures of a herd. We follow the herd mentality. We're sheeps. We're all sheeps. No matter how much we want to be woke, no matter how much of a different path we want to take, we're always going to be sheeps, because we are creatures of a herd mentality. We've always been in tribes. From the ancient prehistoric times, we were always connected to the tribe. Even if you want to believe that you're out of the ordinary, you think woke, you're not part of the tribe, you're not a sheep, but you're still part of your friend group. You talk to your friends, they influence you. You're still a sheep mentality inside your friend group. Think about that for a second. What your friends think, you're going to start thinking of yourself. I'm pretty sure every single motherfucker on this planet has heard this quote, but you're the average of your 5 friends. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're still a sheep because you're thinking like other people. You have to be completely isolated and shut off from the world, living on an island, to actually start thinking without any outer influences. No media, no internet, no phones, nothing. That's when you start thinking independently. You start to have thoughts that are out of the sheep mindset. You're still a sheep. You're still a slave to digital media, to the mainstream media like BBC. You're still part of the matrix, and once you're part of the matrix, you're still a sheep. And to get woke, you have to start thinking independently. You have to cut off internet, you have to cut off media, you have to cut off social media, you have to go completely monk mode to start thinking independently. And that's what I'm saying. We're still part of a tribe. We're still part of the sheep mentality. We have to diverge from that. We have to divert from them. We have to set boundaries. We have to say no to things. We have to say no to our friends. We have to say no to our families. We have to set boundaries. You have to set clear goals and clear boundaries, where you are differentiating from the sheep mentality to your own mentality. You're starting to think on your own terms. You're starting to think about new things, new experiences. And the next point, we go right into it, the new experiences. You have to face new experiences. Just like a child, just like when you were a child, you were experiencing the world for the first time. You're facing new experiences, and that is gone. That is completely gone in our 9-to-5 boring jobs, into our college studies, into our university studies. That's completely gone, because we're learning mundane stuff. That is not new. That is not interesting. We're doing it because we want to make money. We're doing it for our future. We're doing it for our career. We're not doing it to learn new experiences. We're not digging a hole. We're not playing in a sandcastle. We're not playing with animals. We're not doing any of that because we're slave-minded. We're part of the matrix. We need to wake up. We have to diverge from the sheep tribe. We have to diverge from our own tribe. We have to diverge from our friends. We have to start thinking on our own terms. That only happens when you set boundaries. You tell them no. You tell your friends no. You tell your families no. And you outline clear boundaries to them. You realize that you're a new person. You have to face new experiences, and you're a new person. You want to mold yourself like a video game character, like Andrew Tate says. If God didn't give you the opportunity to choose your characteristics, you can still do it. This is a real life. This is GTA 6. This is GTA 7. You're living the GTA lifestyle. You can pick your character. You can mold your hairstyle. You can mold your dress sense. You can mold all these things. That only happens if you set boundaries, say no to other people, say no to the sheep mentality, and start exploring new things where new boundaries are set, new horizons are met, and you're seeking out new experiences. New experiences are part of being human. When we were a child, we were seeking new experiences. New experiences were defining us. Our past is what's defining us. As I said in previous point, our past defines us, and what we make of our past becomes our future. Ultimately, we become who we are. We think what we are. We put our thoughts into actions. We become the stuff we experience. We become the new experiences that eventually molds us. We build our character from the ground up. This is GTA 6. This is GTA 7. We're building our own character. So go out there and build your own character. Set boundaries. Don't come into the sheep mentality. Don't listen to your friends. Yes, it's fine to listen to your friends. It's fine to have friends. It's fine to have families. But you have to set clear boundaries and say no to them. Recognize the time where you have to say no to them, and that only comes from journaling. We're going back to our previous points because this whole video is connected. This whole timeline is connected. We're all connected to each other, through the internet, through our minds, through our thoughts. Everything is connected. And once we disconnect, we start thinking of a new person. We become alien. We become something out of this world. Become extraordinary, and that's how you become extraordinary, by thinking about new experiences, disconnecting from the sheep mentality, disconnecting from your sheep friends, from your sheep family, and thinking of new things. That doesn't mean you have to go against your friends or family. That doesn't mean you have to burn them. That doesn't mean you have to burn their bridges. But you have to make new bridges. Say no to crossing some bridges and saying yes to crossing new bridges. And just as we said, new experiences. I saw a video where Edward says he has no new friends and no new girls. That's the worst mentality you can ever have. Unless you're rich and you're afraid of gold digging friends and gold digging whores, that's the only mentality you keep, because you're afraid of having gold digging friends and gold digging whores that you're chasing after your money. But when you're broke, when you're stupid, when you don't know anything, you have to have new friends. You have to have new whores. You have to have new whores in your life. You have to have new friends just because of the relationship aspect. It's not about sex. It's not about getting something out in return. It's about experiencing the new world, experiencing the world for the first time like a child. That's how you become happy. That's how you find yourself. That's the core aspect of being human, finding new friends. When Andrew said that he's not going to make new friends or new girls, that's when I said that this is not right. He has to have new friends, even though they're gold digging. He has to keep them at a shoulder's distance and observe them, see how they behave. If he doesn't have that experience, how will he ever know? How will he ever find new true friends? What if his old friends backstab him? What if he's friendless? My father doesn't have any friends. I learned that from him, and when I had friends, they backstabbed me, and I realized that friends are more of a disadvantage than an advantage. But I still want to make new friends because I know there are good people out there that are willing to put themselves out there and put themselves on the line for me. I know there are people like that, and that's why I'm making this YouTube community. That's why I'm releasing video every day, because I want to find a community like that. Just like Hamza's community, I want to find a community of men, strong-willed, strong-minded, purposeful, passionate, empowering, amazing people to connect with and share ideas with and become the best version of ourselves. And the last aspect of finding yourself is building discipline and building compassion and gratitude. If you're not grateful about your life, you will never get anywhere in your life. Your future self depends on the gratitude of your present self. If you're grateful in the present self, your future self will thank you because you did not have suicidal thoughts. You weren't going through depression, because gratefulness, mindfulness, gratefulness is the biggest combator of depression, biggest antidote of depression. If you're grateful, you'll never be depressed. And depression is a real thing. I faced it, and no matter what Andrew says, depression is a real thing. I faced it. You're sad for no reason. You don't know what's missing in your life. But if you're grateful, once you become grateful, once you see there are people in worse conditions than you, they're begging on the street, they don't have money to feed their family, they're going through the worst possible situation in their life, you become to be as grateful as you can. You will see life in a positive way. You were grateful when you were a child. You were grateful for having your parents. You were grateful for getting that toy, but now you're not grateful because you want more things. The society has influences. It is influences as it's corrupting our soul. It's telling us that we need more things. We need more Lambos. We need more Bugattis. We need more yachts. But this is not the way to go. If you want to really find yourself, you want to be passionate. You have to be grateful. You have to be mindful. That's why meditation, journaling, this is all building towards being grateful. Once you start writing your thoughts, having positive thoughts, you'll realize how grateful you are about these positive thoughts, and your future self will thank you for having these positive thoughts. And that's what I want to tell you. Be grateful and have self-compassion and building discipline. I've discussed this in previous video, but discipline starts with a habit, the first small steps. Once you start the first small step, no matter how small the step is, you will start building the habit, and once you have that habit, you will build discipline. And these are the keys to finding yourself. And I want you to be great. I want you to find success. And if you come across this video, leave a like, leave a subscription, and until next time.